about God. Trying to get it in, we trying to win, but don't nobody seem to know where to begin. Well, I'ma tell you something, I hope you listening. Life gets better when Jesus is your friend. You can tell him anything, he'll tell you everything. No competition, how you win it every day. Shining bright, going hard, living big, like a star. Ain't trying to get it, already got it, and there ain't nothing no one can do about it. 'Cause we living that blessed life. We living that blessed life. We living that blessed life. We living. Now I can understand you on a mission. Now I can understand you got ambition. You've been dreaming big since you was a kid, waiting for the dream to come alive so you can live. Well, I'ma tell you something, I hope you listening. Life gets better when Jesus is your friend. When you give him everything, he'll give you everything. No competition, how you win it every day. Shining bright, going hard, living big, like a star, just like a star. Ain't trying to get it, already got it, and there ain't nothing no one can do about it. 'Cause we living that blessed life. Yeah, we living that blessed life. We living that blessed life. We living. 'Cause we living that blessed life. We living that blessed life. We living that blessed life. Yep, we living. We living way up. We living so high. We living all day, every day, all night. We living way up. We living so high. We living all day, every day, all night. Shining bright, going hard, living big, like a star, just like a star. Ain't trying to get it, already got it, and there ain't nothing no one can do about it. 'Cause we living that blessed life. We living that blessed life. We living that blessed life. Yup, we living. 'Cause we living that blessed life. We living that blessed life. Yup, we living that blessed life. We living. 'Cause we living that blessed life. We living that blessed life. We living that blessed life. We living.
Yeah. Baby Dub, T-Real. Call the Lord.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone.
You are listening to Women in Business International Radio. I am Shakira Johnson,
And I'm Taylor Kay on the mic.
and welcome to another Tuesday.
Yes. So our quote of the day is, sometimes a silent hug is the only thing to say. Sometimes a silent hug is the only thing to say.
Powerful.
Why you say powerful?
Because sometimes you have to hug yourself.
Okay.
You have to hug yourself. And so many people don't realize the importance of a hug.
So we're going to leave it right there because we are about to introduce who we have here in the studio with us today, but we're going to make you wait just a little bit longer.
So we hope that you guys have had a phenomenal week. We are back in the studio. Last week we had the pleasure of being a part of the National Night Out.
Yes, it was amazing.
It was.
Yes.
And it was free for the community. And we learned that they do this all of the time and all throughout the city.
All over the world.
No, all over the world. It's national.
It's national.
Right.
National.
Well, I was thinking about here because I saw on Facebook that someone was like at the Delta Center and they too was doing something. I was thinking, but you're right. It's national.
Yeah.
It's across the world.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. We had a good time. And we met some awesome people, right?
Yes, we did. We got to talk to Sean Stinnett, who was actually the organizer of the event that we went live or broadcasted on. We also got to meet a young man who put on Park Heights Love.
Jamal Griffin.
Mr. Jamal Griffin.
Yes.
Shout out to that gentleman. And from what I can see, it was a really, really great event.
It was amazing.
Awesome. So, Taylor K, we ready to introduce our awesome guest for this evening?
Yes, that sounds awesome.
So, Val Jenkins, as she is affectionately known.
Who wears 1,000 hats?
1001, okay? And tonight you're going to learn all about who Val Jenkins is, what she does, and why hugs are so significant to her. So Val Jenkins is a single mother who was born in Baltimore, Maryland, and grew up in the Park Heights area of Baltimore City. After leaving high school, she jumped right into the workforce and has been juggling more than one career for decades, including, but definitely not limited to, she is a natural hairstylist and a Level Thrive vitamin and wellness promoter. Lavelle, okay. Val has worked at BGE for 16 years, and during that time has logged over 520 volunteer hours with a wide variety of companies and organizations, including Teal is a Big Deal, My Sister's Place, Agape House Ministries, Extreme Home Makeover, Bean and Bread Kitchen, and that's just to name a few, not to mention the Sandtown Habitat for Humanity.
And you missed one. She volunteered at the White House during the Obama administration,
Wow.
assisting every year with the annual White House Easter egg hunt,
Amazing.
and was invited to dine with Michelle Obama.
Yes. I volunteered there the entire 8 years.
Wow. Wow. So things haven't always been easy for Val. In 2010, she was diagnosed with a brain disease. I'm not even going to try to mess that up.
Chiari malformation.
My goodness. And was told she may only have 6 months to live. But she was determined to live her life to the fullest and fought through partial paralysis and blindness, rocking a bejeweled eye patch, and never stopped working or volunteering. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. In July 2017, Val won the Phenomenal Woman Award when she was in Cancun, Mexico. And while she was sitting on the beach in Cancun, she looked at her Facebook page and saw that another person had gotten shot. She made a simple statement: we need to start hugging and stop shooting. And that's how the idea of Hug, Don't Shoot was born. On August the 5th, 2017, Hug, Don't Shoot was founded, and within a week, she had 46 people signed up to volunteer, that she affectionately titled Hug Dealers.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
So can we say phenomenal woman?
Look, we introduced to some and we present to others Miss Val Jenkins.
Thank you, ladies, for having me. So, as the bio said, my name is Val Jenkins, and to be here is amazing in itself. As I shared with someone before I left work, that I am going to a radio station of 2 females who started this on their own to talk about another radio show that I'm about to start next
Whoop,
week.
whoop.
That's powerful in itself. It's no other word to use other than selfless. Selfless.
Absolutely.
And if we have more people, not only in Baltimore, but the world, who thought of others instead of thinking of themselves, it would be a better city, state, and country.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on now. She ready to preach, y'all.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because I tell people all the time, the feeling of giving is a high by itself.
It is.
It is.
It really is.
It's nothing like, I tell people all the time, I stopped counting at 41 companies that I volunteered for before Hug Don't Shoot. And so many people say thank you, but what they fail to realize is they was doing me a favor. They was keeping my mind occupied. They was keeping me busy. They was giving me love. They was giving me hugs way before Hug Don't Shoot started. Or
Right.
even, I never even thought about having a nonprofit I didn't want it. I was living my life of traveling once a month for 8 years. So when I tell people that Hug Don't Shoot literally stole my whole life, it did. It stole my whole life because it's not the same, and it probably would never be the same. It's a blessing, don't get me wrong. When I had people to walk up to me and say, I was contemplating on suicide until you helped me. And I realized it is people in this world that care.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
you get these events. I had a couple of weeks ago, I had a etiquette event for kids age 5 to 10. Teach them etiquette. It was basically a live concert for kids 5 to 10.
Nice.
And after it was over, my nephew, who was murdered on my birthday last year, his 6-year-old daughter came to me and said, you should have let me speak. And I pushed her playing, girl, what you gonna talk about? She said, I want to share with everyone, 6. I want to share with everyone on how my father got killed just going to the store for me.
Jesus.
And I held her, and I could just feel this baby like in my arms, just didn't want to let go. So when the days that I get frustrated because I want to travel again, I get these events, and it's like I can't give up.
That's right.
I can't.
That's right.
So it's hard, but it's easy.
Heavy is the head.
Yes. But I mean, it's a blessing. I still have to work my full-time job. I still have to run my 2 business, which is Locks and Thrive. And I can't stop doing Thrive. Even if I decided that, let me tell you how awkward my life is, but in a blessing in itself. I work at BG&E, a business that I love. I love my job.
Good.
But what if I didn't? What if I wanted to quit? Like so many people in the world want to quit their job daily. I can't. Even if I wanted to, because I have a brain disease. And what other company is going to pick me up as far as health insurance? I'm uninsurable. Once them doctors said you have 6 months to live, that raised me off of insurance, period. No one is going to pick me up with insurance. So that means the 6 to 17 years that I'm down at BG&E, I will be there until I retire. Or unless some rich person say, here, you got insurance for the rest of your life. So doing hair, I love doing hair because it relaxes me. And God has blessed me with some amazing hair clients. Thrive. I cannot stop doing Thrive because I'm allergic.
So let me stop you right there, because you talking about Thrive, and a lot of people are like, well, what is Thrive? So tell us a little bit about what Thrive is and why you love it so much.
Well, Thrive is an all-natural vitamin. And like I said, I have 7 different diseases that I was diagnosed in my body. Chiari malformation is the main disease that I have. And what Chiari malformation is my brain is bigger than my skull. So my brain, the stem of the brain is basically in my neck.
Wow.
So from that, I have different diseases that's related to this one disease, and it's still adding on. Just the other day, I have a doctor that's on my Facebook page that's not even my doctor. But people always say, you put all your business on Facebook. That is one of the reasons, because this doctor and I is now so connected, and he's not even my doctor. So I am allergic to all medication. I can't even take a Tylenol.
Wow.
I can't take anything. So when the doctors gave me 6 months in October 2013, a friend of mine, Dana McDonald, who lived in another state, said, give me your address. Make this long story short, some stuff came in the mail. Stuff. Because I didn't know what it was. But I knew I wasn't taking it because I'm allergic to everything. About a month later, the same guy was like, you want to volunteer for this? Everybody came to me when it was a volunteer opportunity. I talked to this lady that he referred me to. We talked 3 minutes. I said, you know what, miss, I don't know who you are. On the phone 3 minutes. I said, but you're going to be my best friend one day. She said, okay, so how many volunteers can you get me? Like, whatever, girl. Are you going to give me volunteers or what? Fast forward the next day, she only called me for 10 volunteers. She didn't know me, I didn't know her. By the end of the day, she kept on calling me. I think I got her 50 volunteers to volunteer for the next day. And we didn't know what it was for. We only knew you wear all black and any age didn't matter. The age didn't matter. So we found out there when we got there, it was Tulsa State University, and we was volunteering for Ray Rice Stop the Bullying. So then I met the lady, and she was the Ravens PR person.
Wow.
So a couple of weeks later, I'm on Facebook, and it was saying how I lost my eyesight. And at that point, I was losing my eyesight like 5 or 10 times a day.
Jesus.
And she said, Val, call me. And I called, and she was like, write this number down, call this number tonight. I called the number, and I'm like, I don't want to hear this foolery here. Like, the conference calls. That call blessed me so much that I bought 2 packages of this stuff that I still didn't know what it was for 2 of my coworkers, because I knew I wasn't taking that mess. But they was dealing with health challenges. So neither one of the coworkers wanted it. I never called them and asked them. I just went on and bought it. October 2013, I woke up and I was fully blind in both eyes. But I was so peaceful that day. I just felt like, whew, God, you either go take the eyesight or leave it. I was so tired of it coming and going. That was on Friday, December the 13th, 2013, I woke up fully paralyzed. My whole right side.
My
and my
Lord.
back was going backwards.
My Lord.
That Saturday, December the 14th, that stuff finally came in the mail. All in my mind, I wasn't worrying about the blindness, the paralysis. That's all. My daughter was like, some stuff came in the box. I knew what it was. December the 16th, 2013, I got my eyesight back in my left eye, but I was still paralyzed on the right side. But I was so determined to take that stuff to work to my coworkers that I got dressed and I was going to work. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I did it. I was in so much, I can't say this word, compliance. Big brother's always watching. My body was in so much, I don't even know what word to say anymore, because you got to always be careful in the words you say because of compliance. I just put this left hand up and say, God, take me. I'm tired. I felt like my body was on fire. I felt like I was drinking gasoline and somebody set it on fire because I was burning from the inside. And what I learned later on was my organs were shutting down.
My Lord.
So I took this stuff, the 2 pills, and I forced myself to work. And I live in Woodlawn. I worked downtown at the time, and it usually take me 17 minutes to get to work. I took that stuff at 7 o'clock. That stuff. That's what I've always called it, that stuff. 7 o'clock. I got to work at 9:30. That's how long it took me to get to work. Because remind you, I'm basically driving like this with one eye, but I was determined I was going. So long story short, what I tell people all the time, and what is the truth? Thrive didn't cure me. I still have a brain in my neck. Thrive didn't cure me. I still, just last week, lost my memory. I still go blind, but I don't go blind 10 times a day.
Right.
I'm not blind, but I lose my eyesight per se. Probably like once every 4 months now. I have what you call a disease called spasticity. And I lose all control of my limbs.
Wow.
And if you see the video, I post everything on
I've
Facebook.
seen one of those videos.
My limbs, my arms literally spins around as far as it can.
Tied up like a
A knot.
Like a knot.
So I have no control, and I don't know what arm, what foot, what the face, the back, what part of my body is going to happen to. So that still happened. It just don't happen once a week.
Yeah.
Now they happen once every few months now. So just the other day, last week, I lost my memory. I woke up and everything was the same. I'm doing everything, posting, but I knew I had to be somewhere that day. But I couldn't remember where. And, the next day, people's like, how you lose your memory? You still posting. Everything was normal, but where I needed to be. So then when I realized where I needed to be, I got my car and couldn't remember how to be there. So I only lived 4 minutes from my job. It took me an hour and a half to get to work because I was driving around because I couldn't figure out where I needed to be. So anybody know anything about the brain? Your brain controls your whole body. So you don't know what part of your brain is going to do what. So yeah, Thrive do not cure my ailments, but it helps me out. Before I start taking that stuff, I was in a size 18 jeans. Now I wear a size 8, and if y'all saw, I'm keep pulling my pants up. Like I've never had surgery. Praise them for the ones who did. I always want them kickstands. God, go give me some kickstands one day, but I never had the surgery. I don't go to the gym. I don't recommend anyone not to go to the gym. I just don't go to the gym.
Everything's not for everyone.
Right. I am very faithful to my Fitbit though.
Okay.
So everywhere I go, people are like, you gotta go to the bathroom. Nope, I need my Fitbit steps. So that's the gym for me, and I'm always busy. So that too helped me always. So that too helped me to to lose the calories and all that stuff. So yeah, so I have a very busy life. I do BG&E, the mandatory overtime. I do the Thrive, I do the hair, I do the Hug Don't Shoot. And starting the 24th, I will be hosting my own radio show. Whoop, whoop. I'm so excited about that.
I'm sure.
I am.
Can you share with us a little bit about it? Like who may be your co-host? When is it happening?
So it's going to happen Friday, August the 24th at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And Deron Peaks. If anybody knows Deron Peaks, please don't go on his page if you got a nasty attitude, if you take anything personal, because this man is about the funniest man in the world. He needs to be on somebody's stage. This man is hilarious. And then Mike Foy. So Mike Foy do What's So Funny Wednesday. Deron Peaks do Loyalty Sundays. And all three of us together, we all have our own business. We all have our own job. And we all do different organizations. And we all three of us support.
Awesome.
So it shouldn't be hard at all to get guests on there. It shouldn't be hard to get sponsors on there. So we all do it from the heart.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're excited. Yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So we got some people chiming in via Facebook. Hello, everyone.
Ask any questions you want. I am open today.
You open every day.
Ready.
She open
What you
book
mean
I'm an
today?
open
You
book.
open every day.
every day. Okay.
I am. You know what? People always say, you put all your business on Facebook. If they only knew how many people who was dealing with health challenges
Yes.
and didn't know what they was dealing with until I explained to them the issues that I had. Because the disease I have is so rare. So being out in Randallstown, the closest hospital be Northwest. I cannot go to Northwest because they wouldn't have a clue what this disease is. I cannot go to Sinai. I can't go to Mercy. They have to take me to Johns Hopkins. And if I go, I'm so sorry, I should not be mentioning these hospitals by name. Compliance. So if I went to that number one hospital 10 times, I probably got like 5 doctors who say, I know what this is. And that's not good. They the number one hospital for this issue.
Right.
So I have doctors in them different hospitals that say, oh yeah, I'm familiar with this. So if you go to the doctors, if you call and say, can I have an appointment for Wednesday? I'm a new patient. Oh yeah, come on in. I have to say, what doctor did know about at least 5 of these 7 ailments?
Right.
And if they don't know about at least 5 of them, I'm not making an appointment. Because guess what? What I've experienced, I make the appointment, I take that day off of work, I go in there, sitting there for an hour or two, I got to fill out a new patient chart, and then they say, I have no idea what's going on. But I still got to pay that bill. So mainly I go to the doctors just to have it on my records, just in case one day I decide to go on disability. It won't happen, but just in case.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll show you. All right, so we're going to look in because, of course, people are talking to us. Constance Craig Mason says, we love you, Val.
Hi, Constance. I love that girl and her daughter. They're like twins.
They're amazing.
I never in my life seen a mother and daughter look so much alike.
Sharon Bowie says, tell your story.
Hi, Sharon.
Let's see.
She's another sweetheart.
Leslie Crawford says, hello.
Hey.
And Betsy Gardner is sending us hearts.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know. Y'all know Betsy.
Yes.
Y'all have to know Betsy.
Yes.
That woman, we'll have to do a whole radio show just on her and her heart. That woman heart is no joke.
Yeah,
she
you
is
have to have her come
You
on.
have to. This
Yeah.
woman, let me tell you what kind of person she is. If she need a shirt, she will go without. But if you need a shirt, she will call the Air Force, the Marines, the everything, because you go get that shirt in the next
Wow.
15
That
minutes.
sounds like
But
my
she will
mom.
not do it for herself.
That's how my mom
Amazing.
was.
And I fuss at her so much about that. She,
Being a blessing.
yes,
Yes.
she is amazing.
Miss Rhonda, our fellow WBI member, Rhonda Fleming
Hey,
Clyburn, she
Rhonda.
says that was definitely an extraordinary woman.
Yes, she is.
Thank you.
Our fellow WBI member, DeAndrea Cohen, says, "Hey, Queenies."
We need some questions. I am so ready for some questions. Whatever question you want. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings. I don't have no more.
I do have a comment here. It says, "It's Dion Davidson. You are amazing, Miss Val. I had that internal burning feeling back in 2013. Before I was diagnosed with lupus, the doctors didn't believe me."
Yes. And Kiara malformation have a whole lot. It's not too many diseases and ailments that I heard of in the world that Kiara malformation don't have a part of it. And that's why it's so hard. So I was born with this disease, but I wasn't diagnosed until 10 years ago. So when I say my whole entire life I was sick, and I am the youngest of 6 girls on my mother's side. 428 on my father's side. That's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. But I always felt like I was the only child. And the reason, like, no one was ever sick in my family. And no one really honestly believed me. And if I was them, I wouldn't have believed me neither. Because it was one day my head hurt, then my arm hurt, then my leg hurt, then I'm vomiting, then I'm pooping, then I'm doing all of it at one time, then my nose just stopped bleeding. And it's like every single day, it was something different. You're so phony. Yesterday it was your arm. Now it was... So I had to basically go through that my whole life. Nobody believing something was wrong with me. And I'll never forget the teacher in the 2nd grade told my mother that I couldn't read. The teacher in the 6th grade told my mother I couldn't read. But what nobody acknowledged was, we all did the spelling bee. I won every single spelling bee. So how could I not read if I could spell all those words?
Right.
And even now, when I tell people, like, I used to get so offended. People was like, you don't know how to spell, whatever. I know how to spell. But about time it get to the paper, I can't figure it out. So it's a big difference. And the doctors, when they did the test on that, they would say, spell little words like cats. I'm like, everybody can spell cat, C-A-T. And then they say, write it down. And I'd be like,
Wow.
So it's a connection
Right.
with once it reached the paper. And I never understood when the doctors used to do this thing. I was like, that is so dumb. And it made a difference. But when I could do them and touch their hand, but I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't figure out how to do it. So all this, and nobody picked up that it was something wrong with me.
So let me
Nobody.
ask you this: with having these ailments, how do you run a business? Because when you go to do your paperwork, and it's a paper that's due, or how do you continue to keep up with the day-to-day operations of your businesses?
Determination.
Say that. Yeah.
Nothing but determination. As far as the writing for the grants and all that, even with Facebook, I still do it. But when it comes to professional, Sonia Beasley do it, Betsy do it, and that's where you come at with a board.
Right.
So let me tell you, everybody was like, oh my God, here she comes with this long story on Facebook. So let me tell you where the long stories come from. And
Well, you hold that thought.
Give her a go.
Yeah,
because-
get ready to take
yes.
our commercial break. Listen, if you are tuning in, we want to say thank you. And we see our viewers are growing, so obviously you guys are sharing it, and we truly, truly appreciate it.
Yes.
You are listening to Women in Business
International
International Radio.
Radio.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This song is not for you. If you never cried a river or had your heart broken in two, this song is not for you. If every day you wake up the skies are blue, but this is for anyone. No matter how you pray, the pain won't let you get through. But you try and you try to say that it's over for you. If you're a miracle today, and God has always made a way. If you have food to eat, a place to sleep, and you really can't complain, this song is for you.
After everything you've been through,
This song is for you.
this song is not for you. If you love judging others, but you make the same mistake, song is not for you. If you think your name is Jesus and forget you're in need of grace, but this is for anybody who needs a little mercy just to make it through the day. But you try and try, still they lie. Oh, they say that it's over for you.
If you're a miracle today, and God has always made a way. If you have food to eat, a place to sleep, and you really can't complain, this song is for you. After everything you've been through, this song is for you. But you're a miracle today, and God has always made a way. If you have food to eat and complain, if you're a miracle today, and God has always made a way. If you have food to eat, a place to sleep, and you really can't complain, this song is for you.
After everything you've been through, this song is for you. For everything you've gone through,
This song is just for you. Yeah.
after everything you've been through, this song is for you. Hey.
Miracle today.
Hello, hello, hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome back. You are listening to Women in Business International
International
Radio.
Radio.
I am Shakira Johnson.
And I'm Taylor Kay on the mic.
And before the break, we were deep in discussion with our amazing featured guest tonight. And her name is none other than Val Jenkins.
Yes.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So before we dive back into our interview, we want to share with you some upcoming events. So Business Squared LLC is hosting a Pitch Your Passion competition, and you can register today at Pitch Your Passion b2s@gmail.com. I ain't got my glasses on, y'all. It's September the 15th, 2018, and it'll be held at the Hotel RL right here in Baltimore. Again, that's Business Squared LLC hosting their phenomenal event, Pitch Your Passion, September the 15th at the Hotel RL in Baltimore. For more information, contact them online via email at pitchyourpassionb2s@gmail.com.
All right, WBI members, we're going to be looking to see who's in the house.
Yes, we will be there, and we're looking forward to it. Additionally, Legacy Love is hosting a school uniform drive on Saturday, August 25th, 2018, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They are accepting new uniforms, shoes, tops and bottoms for students of all ages. And if you were watching during the break, the flyer was flashing across the screen. You can contact Legacy Love at 443-913-3910 or contact them online at support@legacylove.net if you are interested in making a donation to their school uniform drive. Taylor K, what we got coming up this month?
We have our
I gotta love it.
Thriving Business Thursday networking event.
Yes, and we are honoring some amazing queens who are doing some amazing things.
Yes.
It's going to be Thursday, August the 30th, 2018. We do it every last Thursday of the month from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. This month, we will be meeting up at the Gala Center, located 1700 Hill Drive, Windsor Mill, Maryland, 21224, and we have some awesome honorees who we're going to be featuring. We have Nakel Williams, we have Rachel Barrett Dolcine, we have Lisa Borden, we have Kelly Bay Borden, we have Chanel England, and we have a few more that we're going to be announcing very, very soon. Did I miss anybody?
I'm sure we did, but
look,
blame our minds, not our hearts.
And
I'm
listen,
the one with the memory problem, not you.
no worries. Listen, you guys are gonna see their flyers posted up this week. We're super excited. Come out and connect with us. We would love to meet each and every one of you. We would love to feature you. Come bring your business cards. Connect with us.
Not only that, but we have so many different people in the building.
Yes.
Each networking event.
Yes.
It's an opportunity for you as an entrepreneur to get in front of a whole new audience that you have not been in front of before. So that could be a powerful tool right there.
Absolutely. We do have vendor space available if you're interested in being a featured vendor. Definitely contact us on our website at www.wbiradio.org, and make sure you guys subscribe so you can get all of our latest updates. Mm-hmm. We got a whole lot of important information coming very soon, and we want you guys to be the first to know. So again, visit us online at www.wbiradio.org.
And we even have a big announcement this evening just for you guys.
So you guys make sure you stay tuned. One last, but certainly not least, you have any other announcements before I do this other announcement that came to my mind? Not okay. Val, don't you got an event coming up?
I always have events coming up.
Right.
I always have event up. Hug Don't Shoot. I am blessed. Just a thought of Hug Don't Shoot was only a thought on Cancun, on the beach of Cancun, Mexico, and we just celebrated our 1 year anniversary.
Whoop, whoop. Yes, congratulations!
And as of, I believe, yesterday, we were at 183 events, I want to say. 183 events in 12 months.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes. So you can follow us on www.hugdon'tshoot.org.
Yeah.
Facebook page, Instagram page is Hug Don't Shoot.
That's right.
For Thrive is val.jenkins. No, it's not. That's my BGNE email. For Thrive is valjenkins.le-bel.com. valjenkins.laval.com.
All right. Last but certainly not least, Kira's Couture Boutique. For those of you who do not know, I am CEO and co-owner of Kira's Couture Boutique, and we are preparing for Land of Couture, which is our runway show, which will be happening on Sunday, November the 11th. We'll be hosting it at the Grey Rock Mansion in Pikesville. Early bird tickets are available now through August the 31st. So I suggest you head on over to www.kkb18.eventbrite.com to secure your tickets. And And we have special musical guest, Dr. Chelsea Green. She is a phenomenal violinist. She will be in the building, and we are so excited. We have featured designers, featured artists, and we just want you to come on out and enjoy. Not to mention, we are launching our clothing lines.
Nice.
So you guys head on over www.kkb18.eventbrite.com to register for the event, or to find out more about Kira's Couture Boutique. Visit us online at www.kirascoutureboutique.com.
Awesome.
Nice.
Also, I have tickets for Wine on the Water. Wine on
Say
the
what
Water.
now?
Yes.
What was you going to tell me, Taylor K?
September 16th from 2 to 8 p.m. Wine on the Water. Advance tickets are $25, more at the door. They're going to have live music featuring We the Fix and Elliot Levine. They're going to have, it's located at Baltimore Rowing and Water Resource Center at Middle Branch on 301 Waterview Avenue. So Baltimore, Maryland 21230. This is an event that you don't want to miss.
It was powerful last year.
Yeah,
I missed it last year, but we went the year before, and it was nice.
Always off the
Yes.
chain.
It was so good.
Yes. So definitely hit me up for tickets. Help me get rid of these tickets.
Look, Taylor K, I already know the text get ready to come. Listen, if you want to advertise on WBI Radio, make sure you contact us online at www.wbiradio.org. We are always looking for sponsors and featured guests. If you want to be a guest on our show, we'd love to have you. Make sure you contact us online.
And last but not least, we are in the process of planning a suitcase drive. So everyone knows I have a nonprofit, Empowering Minds of Maryland's Youth. We are hosting a suitcase drive for a foster care agency.
Nice.
So if you have a gently used or new medium-sized suitcase, we would love for you to set it aside for us. I'll have the date next week and location, but I wanted to put that out there so you can start getting those suitcases together.
Amazing.
Help be a blessing to the children. And let me just tell you why I did this. I work with a lot of foster care children, and typically they normally walk around with a plastic bag with their clothes in it. And to some they'll say, well, it's just a bag. No, it's sending a message to their child. It's sending a message that their items is trash. We want to change their perception. We want to let them know that their items is valuable to them and is valuable to us, and we want to treat it as such. So we want to send the right message and allow them to have nice luggage to carry their items. So we're partnering with Miss Lorraine Hanson, who's one of our board members, and she's doing this event in her mom's name. So please take those luggages that you have. You know, some people have 1,000 pieces of luggage that they don't use. We just need gently used or new medium-sized luggage to bless these children with.
That is powerful.
That is nice. That is nice.
Well, I might as well give y'all my suitcases since Hug Don't Shoot stole my life.
I'm sure they're wonderful and oversized. So look, we got some love coming through. Deborah Jefferson, she watches faithfully, by the way, every week.
Yes,
She says, I love you, Val. You are
adorable.
amazing.
She is adorable.
Dion Davidson says, say it again, determination. Patrice Meekins, a fellow
Yes.
hug dealer,
Yes, she is.
says,
Faithful.
she says, Hug Don't You has an awesome team. Make sure you guys sign up. She dropped the website, www.hugdon'tshoot.org.
That's what I'm talking about.
She is on it.
Somebody bought a shirt the other day, and she said, you're not a hug dealer until you sign up. I was like, stop bullying people.
Speaking of shirts, I hope somebody has a shirt.
I do. I have you guys shirts.
I need a size medium.
Forgot.
Then you don't have it. You like I just do that in there. I just forgot.
What? I have them in the trunk. I do. I have them in the trunk. I do.
Make sure you have my medium on deck the next time I see. Okay.
I do. I have t-shirts in the trunk.
You gonna get it? I said medium. That's a special.
So back to the next show.
So listen, we do have a question though.
Okay.
So Constance Craig Mason. Hey Constance. She says,
Another WB. I remember
yes,
that.
come through, Queen.
She's at everything. Like, she's
Okay,
not just in
literally.
one organization or one job. She's like, girl, sit down. You busier than I am.
I know you're not talking.
Okay.
I say she busier than
This
I
is
am.
the pot
You hear
calling
me?
the kettle black.
She's into everything.
Yeah,
I
she's
love
getting ready to be
it.
speaking in Canada.
Toronto,
Did you see that?
Canada.
I'm so proud of
I might
her.
be in her
Constance.
luggage.
Well, I didn't see that.
Oh, I saw it.
Yes.
She sends me
She's going to
everything.
be speaking in Toronto, Canada.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, so we're
I'm-
going to come and
hey.
support. Told her to put me in the luggage.
It only take like 6 hours to get to Canada.
You
Only.
driving?
No.
All right.
I'll take
I'm not
take a
a
flight for
driver.
500, Alex.
No, you want to drive. It's so nice. We did it last year. Year before
Nice.
last. Yeah.
Nice. So
You gotta
listen.
do that for real.
No, I'm for real. And then I forgot, I think September, I want to say September, Niagara Falls, is the biggest country for care of malformation.
Wow.
For some reason, they have more care of malformation patients in Canada. So I think the care of malformation month is in September, and they turned the whole Niagara Falls purple.
Oh,
Wow, nice.
okay. I didn't know that was the color. It's good to
It's
know.
purple, yeah.
Okay. So the question was, how do you keep your light so bright for yourself and others when you have these critical conditions that you're dealing with every day?
I told someone just yesterday, I put it over my Facebook page, I said, God made me out of Play-Doh. I get real soft, and then I get real hard. So it's all about determination.
Yes.
I don't know. People ask me that question all the time. And it's like, I'm determined that I'm not going to die from this disease.
Exactly.
I might die from something else, but I ain't going to die from this disease.
Exactly.
So before I was diagnosed with this disease, every hospital in Maryland that I went to kept telling me I had asthma. I was having asthma attacks. I was so determined that I did not have asthma, I went skydiving. I jumped 10,000 feet out the plane just saying, I don't have asthma. And my mother said, that's about the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. So it's funny because that was in the months that I decided I was going to travel once a month for 1 year. That was my goal, once a month for 1 year. And May was the month for skydiving. So anybody know anything about skydiving, it have to be sunny. It can't be raining or windy. Every single Saturday of the month, it was either raining or windy.
Wow.
And my boss knew, everyone knew, that whatever day the sun come out, I'm taking off. I'm not calling out, don't expect me. So the person who owned the skydiving place that I never seen in my life, he realized how serious I was about this. He opened up on Memorial Day, the last day of the month, because he was like, Val, I'm watching the news. It's going to be sunny tomorrow. Let's do it. And I went there and I jumped out the plane 10,000 feet out of the sky.
Wow.
And then probably like, I want to say May, June, probably like a couple of weeks later, the doctor said, you don't have asthma. You have, she said then, this is her exact words, you don't have asthma, you have Chiari malformation. And I said, that's a pretty little girl's name. Because at that point, I was so tired of doctors telling me I had this and I had that and I had this and I had that. And this is that doctor, that one doctor. I am 51 years old. I was diagnosed with this disease 10 years ago. So all my life in my color purple voice, doctors was just telling me anything.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, that one doctor, Dr. Melva Brown, was so determined that she was going to find out what was wrong with me.
Wow.
She was so
Awesome.
determined. She said, I know you got something.
There's
and it's
that
not
word again,
asthma.
determined.
Yup, I ain't even realized that
Determination.
either. She said, I know you got something that's not asthma, and we're going to find this. So she said, you have something called Chiari malformation, but I never heard of it. So I want you to get a second opinion. And then I'm like, here we no, she says, but I'm going to walk out because I know you're going to Google it. Anybody know me? No, I always call Google my fiance.
Okay.
Because God give you everything you need. But
Come on now.
Mr. Google, he be giving me stuff I don't even need. And I be like, I just ask him for it and stuff. He just give it to me. So she be like, because I got so tired of them just saying I have anything just to shut me up.
Right.
So I was like, okay, here we go again. She said, did you just say that's a pretty little girl's name? And I said, you got a brain disease? I was like, yeah. So she made an appointment for the doctors. And I'm like, whatever, taking my time to call them. So one day I went to work, I made the appointment, and the appointment was like at 12 o'clock. I went to work first, and then I went to this doctor. And I was feeling good. I wasn't feeling good because I was always dealing with, I never not had a headache. Let's say that. Never not had a headache. So went to the doctors, I was feeling good, and about the time I got there to this doctor, Green Spring Avenue off of 83, I was like, help. Somebody help me. I again felt like I was burning. And when I sat there and I don't know how, like a child, my shoe was untied. I can't even figure that part out of this appointment. And he was asking me all these questions, and he said I was looking at him. And I went to tie my shoes up, and he was standing right in front of me when I went to tie my shoes up, and I just vomited all over this doctor. And when I vomited, he just opened up his door and said, cancel all my appointments, make an appointment for surgery right now. And I'm like, for who? He said, you need surgery right now. And I said, I'm not having no surgery. You done lost your mind. You ain't just going to my head like at Park Heights. Y'all always trying to get some money. That's all y'all always doing. Y'all don't even know me. You don't even know me. This your first time seeing me. Park Heights straight came out of me. And I said, I have hair appointments to do. I said, Tuesday is the first day of school, and I'm going to do these kids' hair. And he said, Miss Jenkins, you are not going to be alive long enough to do these kids' hair. I said, on my obituary, say I died doing these kids' hair. I'm going to do these children's hair. And I'll never forget, I was working at Flair Hair. And shout out to Sandra Tillman. Whoop, whoop. So how I found out that I had this disease was my house burnt down. And when my house burnt down, the walls exploded in my face. And I hit my head. So every time I got up, I kept falling. It just kept falling and kept falling. And they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. So that's why this doctor was so determined that something is wrong, but we can't pinpoint it. So basically, the fire saved my life. So the doctor was like, on that Saturday, I did hair. But I was burning so bad. My insides was burning. And people in the hair, because the only reason I was at the Flair Hair because my house burnt down. And she allowed me, Sonia Tillman, shout out, she allowed me to work in her salon for basically nothing because my house burnt down. So I'm doing hair, and all the other people there who really didn't even know me was doing hair. And they was looking at me like, are you okay? Because I guess they could see the pain that was in me. So I did the hair on the Saturday. That Sunday, I was scheduled for the surgery on that Monday. That Sunday, I was in the Palmer Temple. And you know how you got the word, you praising the Lord. And my daughter said, next thing she know, I was in the floor. But they thought I had the spirit and fell out until they realized I wasn't getting back up. So the ambulance came and took me straight to that hospital. And that's where they did the emergency surgery at.
Wow.
So, it's hard, but I was determined that I didn't have asthma. I was determined I didn't have ulcers. I was determined that I didn't have all these different ailments that they said I had. To find out that I had probably 3 surgeries that wasn't necessary.
Wow.
Because they just did anything because they didn't know about this disease I had.
Wow.
So now it's like I'm determined that I'm going to live. I'm going to live with this disease, and I'm going to teach someone else that they can live with it too.
Now, does this disease generally impact a certain population? Because you know how like lupus is more of the African American.
They haven't. This disease is so rare, and I probably personally, I became friends with probably 8 people. Close friends with 8 people that I didn't know before this disease. And it got to the point where if something go wrong with me, I Google it. My fiance, he needs something, boy. I be like, hey, I'll Google it. And if it have anything
I love your fiance.
I love him. Girl, we gonna share, all right? Okay. Just him.
All right.
Just him and God. We gonna share those 2.
Okay.
It's all right. But
yeah, my husband off the line.
yeah, and I don't have none. I don't have no husbands. Hey. So I don't know. It's just I don't know how I do it. My best medicine is laughter. It's laughter.
And you do that. Let me just say,
Because I'm the
when
goofiest person in the world.
When I first met you, it was a little drama. Well, that wasn't my first time meeting you, but it was a little drama, and you was like, let me just clear this up right now. You know, I don't want to be a part of no drama. And I was like, that's my girl right there.
Who was it?
That's
Tell
my
me.
role model. I was like, you know, I don't want to put nobody's name out there, but when you said that, and I was thinking it, and I just loved that you was like, look, I don't know that about this person. I don't want to be a part of drama. That
I know
person
exactly
is okay
what you
with
was.
me.
Oh yeah.
And ever since then, you've been my girl. 'Cause I was like, that's how we all have to carry it. You know, it's not about.
I forgot all about that till you just said something.
Yeah, it's not about what other people saying that he say, she say. I don't know it. I can't prove it. It didn't happen
I
to
was
me.
like, I didn't even know that person. Like, why y'all even telling me this? Like, I forgot all about that.
So that was.
Yeah, people ask me all the time, like, how you do it? I don't know. I thank God for God. I thank God for Thrive. People always say, you talk about Thrive like it's God. I say, no, I talk about God. So, because he sent Thrive for you.
Okay.
That's what I tell them all the time. He sent it for you.
All right.
I most definitely thank God for my job. So, the work at a company, when I grew up, only thing I knew about BG&E is they kept on turning my daggone lights off. Like, come home, we ain't never had no lights. That's the only thing I knew about BG&E.
Keep it real.
But to know this company,
Wow.
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
So, like I said, before the shoot started, I stopped counting at 41. What people fail to realize is probably 30 of them companies I volunteer via BG&E. Like BG&E push us to volunteer for the community.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
BG&E is amazing. BG&E just gave me an award. Like, they had this whole banquet.
Wow.
Award $60,000. I wish $6,000 to help me with this organization. So how many people can say their full-time job
Right.
has sponsored them
Amazing.
with their
Right.
nonprofit, their personal nonprofit?
That is amazing.
That is
Not
amazing.
only that, I can't even remember the last time I worked 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week.
Wow.
I mean, I work 40 hours a week, but it's like, oh, I gotta do this, or the mayor call, or this. They be like, just make sure your work is done, and that is a blessing.
It is.
So we're going to end on that note that that Val is just been blessed.
Hey,
I would just like to say that you are definitely an inspiration. So, you know, we
Yes.
know you as Val. You keep us laughing. You always in the community doing some amazing things. But to hear your story and to know that we battle different things in our personal lives, but you're battling different things every single day, and you wearing all of those different hats. And it is definitely an inspiration to all of our viewers to let them know that no matter what, the word for the night is determination. No matter what you're going through, your family's going through, no matter how you feel, just keep, if you have a vision in mind, a goal in mind, you just keep pushing, keep on being determined, and everything that you are aspiring to have, to be, and to do, it will come to pass.
Yeah.
Val is
And
sure enough.
can I
exactly.
cut you off
thing-
one time?
Wait,
1 minute.
okay.
You said because you have that vision. When I wore my eye patch, and I wore the eye patch on one eye because I couldn't blink it. My eyes stay open, non-blinking for 4 months. And the other one I couldn't see out of. So that even made me even blinder. Is that a word? Blinder. So I always told people that I'm blind, but I still have a vision.
Okay.
So I
right.
still saw me in the future.
And that's what I was getting ready to comment on. Everything that you went through, you always been Val.
Yep.
You have always have that smile on your face, ready to joke no matter what the situation.
Yes.
Like, and that is to be commended because it's all about how we look at things a lot of time as a man thinketh. And you thought yourself healthy, you know, and you knew that you could do all these things through Christ who strengthened you. And that's what got you through. And that's amazing because so many people give up. And see, the thing, what's that song say? Don't give up. Don't give in. You're going to make it. You're going to win.
All right.
And look at you, a winner.
I'm not going nowhere. I tell people all the time, God kept me here. And this is what I tell people. I went through, and I can have a whole other story, but go,
No more stories.
no,
running out of time.
God put me through all that
Right.
just so I could be right here.
Wow.
Y'all. And then he
Absolutely.
don't want no lie. He don't want braids, because when I die, I'm gonna put God hair in some straight backs, and he ain't ready for that.
Here I am trying to vision. Okay, no. Listen. You've been listening to the Women in Business International Radio Show.
And we are ready to make our special announcement.
All right, Jay. We're going to do a drum roll.
Look at his face.
All
Look at
right,
his
so
face.
we're going to tag team this on Saturday, September the 29th, 2018.
Yes.
We are hosting Passion, Purpose, and Pumps Women's Conference featuring our keynote speaker.
Alicia Wilson. Alicia Wilson. I'm always jacking up.
I was
names.
gonna say you always messing up.
My husband tell me that all the time. He said, you do a good job on the radio, but you always mess up somebody's name.
Miss Alicia Wilson is the Senior Vice President for Port Covington, and she is over the Vice President of the Impact Investment and Senior Legal Counsel. Lord Jesus.
Yes.
More than a mouthful.
Yeah.
Not to mention all of the amazing things she's doing in the community and in
Yes.
the Port Covington area.
And we confirmed our moderator, too.
All right, go ahead and share it.
Our moderator is none other than Marsha Jews.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Yes.
whoop.
So for our panelists, we'll have Marsha Jews as our moderator.
So we invite all of you to join us for our women's conference. We have, as you can see, our amazing keynote speaker. We have a panel of amazing entrepreneurs and professionals who are going to be sharing with you, and more of them will be announced very soon. We are going to have some breakout sessions, and we're going to have it where you can go on and register for your sessions. Also, the admission includes continental breakfast and lunch, and registration begins on 8:30.
And a t-shirt.
Yeah, well, I didn't get that far. So the
You
call.
said registration includes.
Well, I said registration begins at 8:30. So registration it includes breakfast, your lunch, and a Women in Business International T-shirt. For more information, you can register online at wbiconference18.eventbrite.com. We do have vendor space available, and if you are interested in being a part, but make sure you guys go on and register. Space is limited, and we know it's going to be a sold-out event.
Yes, and if you have a business and you would like to sponsor Passion, Purpose, and Pumps, hit us up on our website, which is www.wbiradio.org.
So mark your calendar, save the date, Saturday, September 29th. It's going down. Passion, Purpose, and Pumps.
So individually we can do great things, but collectively we can forever
Change the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be here next Tuesday, same place, same time, right here on Awesome God Radio. From 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Life's thrown many punches, trying hard to knock me out. It's hard, but I'm fighting. Can't let my faith waver now. Change don't always feel good, but I know that it's working for me. As long as I keep standing, you'll give me the victory. Because you promised in your word that you would never leave me. You would never leave me nor forsake me, no. feel alone.